Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. It's a little later today, a few days before Thanksgiving. Yes, we're very busy here because we have all family coming, which is always fun. Yes, it feels so nice to me. Even though when I had the Thanksgiving dinners at the farm, there was always plenty of people helping, so it's always pleasant. Yet it is always kind of a daunting. Oh, gotta make sure they got all the stuff, this, that, ready. And here it's so nice. The stores are so close by. If you just need one more thing, right? Okay, I'm just saying. But we're pretty good prepared, and it'll be a lot of fun. Yes, as it always is. And my daughter, since she's home due to the fact she's gonna have to have surgery on her shoulder, so she's not allowed to work right now. She's been cleaning. House looks fabulous. Yes. Okay. So let's get going. And if I remember at the end, there's something I'd like to talk about. I've been doing a little bit of research on, and it's kind of confusing. So again, yeah, all right, let's get going. This is a pretty long one here. In the book of Isaiah 21, the fall of Babylon. Alrighty. Proclamation about the coastal desert. As whirlwind sweeping over the Negev, he comes from the desert, from a fearsome country. A harsh vision has been shown. A harsh vision has been shown me. A vision. I know what visions are. Here's the vision. The traitor betrays, and the despoiler despoils. Advance, Elam, lay siege, Media. I have cut short all groaning. This is why my loins are racked with pain, why I am seized with pangs, like the pangs of a woman in labor. Why do men talk about the pangs of women in labor? That like they know? Okay, just saying. Don't. How about don't, guys? And I've watched plenty of videos where guys get this stuff strapped on and they have like contractions. No, I can't quite see that they actually feel what we feel, right? Because all they feel is just something on the surface and into their stomach, maybe, but they don't feel on how our insides are literally already so stretched out, this now, or even more stretched out. They can't, they have no idea what that feels like. I do. I had 4 children, all without any kind of epidural, this and that, all of them at home, all natural births. Yes, yeah. So I'm not getting the comparison. I don't get. Yeah. I'm too distressed to hear, too afraid to look. My heart is bewildered, dread overwhelms me. The twilight I longed for has become my horror. They lay the table, spread the cloth, they eat, they drink. Up, princess, grease the shield. For this is what the Lord has told me. Go, post a lookout. Let him report what he sees. All right, so it says here, a harsh vision has shown me. What exactly? That there's going to be people out there and they're not going to want to follow whatever you want them to follow. Not. Well, anyway. He will see cavalry horsemen 2 by 2, men mounted on donkeys, men mounted on camels. Let him watch alertly, be very alert indeed. Since when do they used to go into war with donkeys and camels? Huh? Wonder how that worked out. Let him watch overtly, be very alert indeed. Then the lookout shouted on the watchtower, Lord, I stay all day, and up my post I stand all night. Now the cavalry is coming, horsemen 2 by 2. He shouted again and said, Babylon has fallen, and all the images of her gods he has shattered to the ground. Whom I have threshed, grain of my threshing floor, what I have heard from Yahweh Sabaoth, God of Israel, I am telling you now. That doesn't make any sense. Man, Isaiah, seriously? When did you write all this down? After you had a good bout with the drink? How does this make any sense? Did the vision come through? True? I don't know. It doesn't say in here. It should, though, since it's been so long ago. Oh, by the way, yeah, the and how the people of Egypt and Cush were marched naked, barefoot and naked to wherever, okay, by the Assyrian army or people to wherever. Never happened. There's no historical record of it. It's only in the Bible. It says in the did that happen? Well, according to the Bible, I'm going. Okay, if it's true and it actually happened, and it wasn't just wishful thinking on Isaiah's part that that will happen, in the 3 years on how he uh, did walked around naked and barefoot for 3 years as a condition. But what kind of condition is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. All right. That didn't. I couldn't find anything. So, was there any kind of march of the of the Egyptian and the people of Cush? And there isn't. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There's no historical record of any of that. So, just saying. That's what I didn't find anything. So it's just in here. And how much of this is just all just storytelling? Huh? For what reason again? On Edom, proclamation about Duma. From Zaire, someone shouts to me, Watchman, what time of night? Watchman, what time of night? The watchman answers, Morning is coming, then night again. If you want to ask, ask. Come back, come here. Huh? That's it. Okay. Against the Arabs. Here we go, against again. Right? Yeah. Proclamation about the wastelands. In the thickets on the wastelands you spend the night, you caravans of Dedanites. Bring water for the thirsty. The inhabitants of Tema went with bread to greet the fugitive. For these have fled before the sword, the naked sword and the bent bow, the press of battle. For this is what the Lord has told me. In 1 year's time, as a hired worker reckons it, all the glory of Kedar will be finished, and of the valiant archers, the Kedarites, hardly any will be left, for Yahweh, God of Israel, has spoken. All right. Guess I could go and check that out and see if that was true. Oh, the Arabs still all there, doing quite well. They're very rich people, too. I mean, there's some very... Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Against rejoicing... Oh, that's it. That's it. The next one will be against rejoicing in Jerusalem. Oh, my gosh. All right, there we go. That was 21. Which... Interesting on how the passages, when it is needed, when it is appropriate, I guess, remind me again of what I wanted to talk about. Is there any proof of any of this? First of all, wow, God really does speak in riddles, as if he isn't able to give a clear vision. Most things that how can I be... Well, that's very judgmental of me, right? Persecuting poor Isaiah here for his own visions and prophecies and all. Well, I feel like I can say something because I've had them. Lots of them. Many of them. And they were never shrouded in this weird way of, can't you speak proper, whatever, and language it was at that time and put it so that people can understand it? Given in a way that, well, I guess one can understand it however one wants to, according to one's heart to mind, or on how particular information one has, and run with it in this way or that way. Anything that I've ever been given in this kind of way of and often to a question that I had or a situation that was going on was always very clear. And it I could relate the visions, yeah, not sleeping, not dreams, but visions and places that I visited in visions. Even this were very clear, not in this odd way of what am I supposed to do with that? Anyway, other people may have a different understanding of it that I'm not aware of, and then kudos to them. I went and I checked out um, the allegations, which one doesn't really hear about anymore now. It's mostly the yes, it has to do with our beloved true mother, Holy Mother Han, the Mother of Peace. And her having been arrested, or rather, or is being held in detention now for over a month, more than 40 days, going on 2 months. And there's some stuff. First of all, do you guys know that the gambling, okay, the gambling, it's just about the bribes now, right? Which also is the judge, even at the last hearing they had, the pre-trial, because there's not enough of anything here to the prosecutors. The judge says, where's your evidence? There's nothing here to do anything with. Not enough. Or there's to prove anything. Oh, so why did they not let her go right then and there? What is this all? Huh? So it just reminds me of what we know and what happened at the time of Jesus and why he got arrested. And then kept and tortured and this and that without, yes. Then it came, because they didn't really have anything concrete on him, couldn't really charge him with anything. And Pontius Pilate says, I'm going to have to wash my hands of this because I can't find anything wrong with him. I'm going to leave that up to his own people. Gosh. And then, still, they couldn't find anything really. And so they pull out an old or a new or a made-up kind of thing out where one of the prisoners could be let free, and they choose which one, regardless of if they were guilty or not. Yes? So weird. Well, anyway, I feel like this is happening to True Mother right now. I'm not kidding. It's so weird. So I went and looked. Do you guys know that the gambling stuff was all from 2008 to 2011? How long ago was that? 14, 15 years ago? And they're bringing this up now? How does that make sense? Also, you guys noticed? True Father's still alive at that time. And I wonder what else there just is not quite right. So I went in and I said, so is there any evidence that True Mother actually has gambled 40 millions of ways? Yeah, AI generated. Okay, so AI generated. I'm just saying. Which I also found, they're not always right about things. Or these robots. Yes, there is evidence that, but when it comes to her herself, it's only $40,000 that she actually lost. Okay, all right. Well, that's a weird one, but it says 42 million everywhere that she gambled. And of course, now they add on and 12 other individuals plus, I'm going, okay. So who actually gambled there? All right, wait. It gets more and more confusing. So I went in, since Father was still alive at that time. I went in and I said, so how much, so is there any evidence or proof that Sun Myung Moon gambled during that time, 40 million away? And it wasn't, no, there's no evidence, there's no proof of any of that. And I'm going, wait a minute. 2008 to 2011. Absolutely no proof that true father ever went. Yet, when it came to true mother, yeah, oh, she did all that by herself. This, that, you can't tell me that. What they did bring up during that time was the tax fraud or something. Yes, I'm just saying. Uh, then I went. I'm going, oh, okay, all right. So wow, that's kind of interesting. I mean, they're a couple, so I have no doubt that during that time they went together to Las Vegas. So I went in and said, now last year, 2011, how often did mother come to the United States and for what reason? So there is two events supposedly that they got. And I went in and said, okay, and they were nowhere near Las Vegas. Then I went and said, okay, so how much time did she spend in Las Vegas? As well, there are no specific records of that. That she has traveled to Las Vegas. I'm going, but then where did you guys get the idea that she went gambling? And there are records of that. Supposedly, there are records from MGM and one other place or whatever. And I'm going, wow, now this is kind of not making sense. No, just listen to what I have to say. They seem to know everything about it. Though when you go in, you can't get a concrete answer on where True Mother actually was at that time. Yet they say that she was there. Yet when I go and ask if she was there, they say there are no records of her being there. Are you getting my drift? I'm not saying Mother wasn't there. Or that she was there. Frankly, no one seems to know, except for True Mother, if she was there or not. And I guess the people with her that were there or not. So, what's the shrouded mystery? Why the mystery here? What's the secret? If there's something, I can't find any concrete evidence or proof. According to what I'm trying to research and get answers back for, it seems to be the answers are shifting to yes and then to no or not no. Yes? I'm pretty sure I'll probably will get no comment because the information is not there. Well, somebody knows for sure. With the recent post that I put out on how, again, during the time that supposedly $42 million were gambled away, where father set up, just saying, how come father's getting away scotch-free then? Because it was during that time that money, from 2008 to 2011. Why is this coming up now? I'm just saying. What? This is weird. Doesn't make any sense at all. So, the post that I shared, where in that one group, where it explains on why father, not mother, held these slot machine tournaments, and then donated to to disabilities and charities for children. This and that money that supposedly they didn't lose, they gained, which is, okay, all right. Give me the numbers on that. And give me the organizations who have received that money. Oh, yeah, that's it. Why not just put the truth out there? Give exactly if there's nothing to hide to begin with. I do have to lay that at the feet of the people who are responsible, the higher ups, who know full well in our movement. Just why the secrecy? What's that all about? Just saying. Mother says the truth will be revealed. Okay. Maybe it's one of those things where Sometimes it doesn't matter if you reveal the truth, the people will still try to confuse things more. Someone has to just wait until the dust settles to start seeing clearly. I get that too. But the thing is that the comments were very interesting. Um, on how easily we in our own movement seem to be able to know way more than anyone else. Though we've not been there, we've not really researched it, and yet we're just going with what? Whatever was thrown out there in order then to have a succession of events happening, like the arrest or the detainment of our true mother. Yes? In very odd circumstances. Through very odd circumstances. And from so long ago. Yes? Very interesting. How come the Korean government didn't hold True Father accountable for all that while he was still alive? One could say, well, he was so close to death, this, that. Well, it sounds like to me that when all this stuff happened with the slot machine, what's it called? The contestants for the slot machine things, this, that. Yeah, you had to. By the way, in order to enter the tournament, you had to pay $500. Okay, I just saying. That's a weird one. Father had all these ideas. He was just trying out all this different stuff. Go, well, if these people are going to be here gambling anyway, might as well, somehow put some good energy into this, right? Yes, and who knows? Maybe that good energy will open up some people's eyes, going, "Hey, we shouldn't be doing this anyway." Yes, I don't know, but Father kind of, yeah, yes, okay. All right. That's interesting too. I tell you why, because there was just recently, actually, a bill put in, or something went through the South Korean government where you couldn't go and gamble outside of the United States. I don't think that's been implemented all that long ago. Then why would they be able to arrest True Mother for something that happened during a time where that was still okay? Just saying. Yeah. And who was the judge of these were misappropriated funds? Again, who's complaining? Anyway, so the comments were very interesting on that post where she said, well, that's actually that's when it happened, this and that, and it was actually True Father who initiated, not True Mother, and on how people just started to judge and persecute a situation that they weren't there, they don't know anything about, really, when it comes down to it, and they're just running with someone's narrative. Someone's narrative. As if that's exactly what they needed. Again, as an excuse to point the finger somewhere else rather than at themselves when it comes to their own life, the commitments that they made, the conditions that they made, the foundations that they made at one point, at one time in their life, under true parents, under the guidance of God's will and ideal, started and implemented by true parents, and then given to us. Yes? Well, anyway, you guys could go and check it out yourself. Everything that I just said about, is there any evidence, proof about Hak Jahan Moon when it comes to the gambling thing? And then is there any proof about, right? Well, there should be. Yeah, he actually, But it doesn't, it says, no, there's no evidence. I'm going, yeah, but there actually are records of that. And it was so long ago. So, interesting? I find it interesting. Well, anyway, so that's it. That's all I have to share this morning. Yes? Why are people so willing to believe lies? Why are people so willing to become part of someone else's corruption and witch hunt? And are so willing to leave the truth behind. The truth that all of us at one point, I still do, are experiencing to the deepest core of our hearts. Yes? Interesting. Very sad. Oh, anyway. I love you all. Yes? We got this. A lot of us got this just fine. Yes? I guess I'm here also to just put a little clarity out there. Isaiah ain't that good about that now, is he? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Well, here is a message from our Heavenly Parent. Listen to Daniela. She actually is not that far off the truth. Don't have it all either. But that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't have it all either. So I'm going to go abandon a great thing that's always happened in my life due to the fact that I believed in the second coming and believe in the second coming. You're going to just run off because, whoa, did you hear? Yeah, okay. Let's not do that as the disciples of our true parents. Huh? Yes? Ooh, what did the disciples do at Jesus' time? Kind of wonder what's happening right now with your mother. Yes? Don't run away. Stick it out. Stick it out. And I know many of you do. Thank you for that. All right? May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. Yes? Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying. That's one thing we can do. Yes? Goodwill out there. And I will talk to you all another time.